Yo, we got Zakee in the building. What up, man?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, fellas?
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling amazing.
Yeah, man. Was that you? Is both of y'all smelling good over there? Y'all got some dates or something?
That's that Valentino.
Yeah, you smell good. What you got on?
Ferragamo.
Oh wow, I'm slacking over here, man.
Jay be faking like he don't got the sense.
No,
I ain't gonna put a business out there,
I
but
got some.
nah, I
got some. Yo, Zakee, what up? First of all, congratulations, bro.
Appreciate
New father alert.
yeah. You was
Yo.
just talking about it off mic. Like, how's that transition been?
It's I would say it's hard just because I don't have a lot of support. It's just me and my girl, so we figuring out everything on our own.
Okay. What is the thing that excites you the most of being a father?
Just knowing that I ain't rushed to be a dad, so it's kind of like I'm in a financial position to spend a lot of time with him. So that's pretty dope.
That's fire.
I got a question for you, nigga. Are you nervous?
I seem nervous.
Yeah, like relax, nigga. Like God, they need a drink or something.
Cause you get that too.
Like you need a drink, bro.
Nah,
I'm about to say
You
because
sure?
you deserve a drink, nigga.
nah,
Like,
facts.
Congratulations, man, for real, man. You doing this credit thing. We're gonna get into everything, but like, yo, like, how up were you that you had to say, man, I gotta do something. I'm about to start doing niggas credit.
I was down bad.
Okay.
Let me go. I know it.
Nigga said how?
What happened? Talk to me.
I used to do network marketing back in the day, so we was doing ACN,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You should do Vector too. You sell knives.
I ain't selling knives. I was just selling
That's a
service.
real hustle. You so nice. That was a real
I was
hustle.
selling knives, so that mean you a hustler.
Nah, I tried it. I never got into it.
Couldn't.
It wasn't for my thing. It wasn't my thing.
Nah.
But everybody that's been in network marketing be flourishing in this entrepreneurship shit. But go ahead, my bad.
Nah, it's easy compared to everything else. Network marketing hard. You gotta ruin your relationships with your family, your friends. Everybody think you a weirdo. So we was having a lot of success. We had built like what's it called, like a movement called the Wolf Pack back in the day. So we had a lot of people who was between the ages of like 18 and 22 signing up, and we started making good money, like $10K a month. But then you know how network marketing companies, they switched the comp plan on us, so we all went from making like 10 bands a month to like no bands a month.
Damn.
And we already started upgrading our lives, started changing our whips, changing the clothes we was wearing, and that's when credit got f***ed up, cars got repoed. And then I had to start over from scratch.
So what was it about credit that it was like, yo, let me do this?
It was more so the fact that my credit was messed up, and I seen people going and getting Airbnbs, getting cars, starting tour businesses, but I couldn't do none of that because it was like I ain't have a lot of money saved up, and my credit was messed up. It was in like the 485.
I was gonna ask you, like, what is messed up credit to you? Because I heard
485.
bad credit, but like for what?
A 485. So
Damn near zero.
basically, that's what I said at this
Yo,
point.
you can't do shit with a 4.
You can't get a bottle of water with him.
Like, nigga, you can't borrow, nigga. You can't, nigga, not even for your friends. Like, I don't trust you.
That's how it is. My family, they knew my credit was so bad. When you go over their house, they be following you to the bathroom. Like, yo, where the bathroom? They right outside the door waiting for you to come out. They think you finna steal something.
Yo,
Hey.
so how long did it take you from going from network marketing, right, going from to zero to finally saying, all right, I'm gonna do credit? Was it long or was it
It
short?
was a minute because I didn't jump into credit first. First, I tried to do like Forex.
Okay.
And I was broke trying to trade, which ain't a good solution.
Yeah, you need
So,
capital, yeah.
Yeah, so we tried that for probably about a year because after making money in network marketing, the last thing I wanted to do was work a job again. So I was trying everything I could do before having to work for somebody. So I did Forex. Me and my girl, we started a resume business. And that's when I started even doing DoorDash. And then that's when I'm like, bro, I can't do this shit no more. I'm making $5 a delivery sometime. And then on one of my deliveries, I used to ride a bike doing this shit too. So I was hustling.
Wow.
But a car ran a stop sign and hit me in my knee.
Damn.
Probably just heard it crack a little bit too. But a car hit me in my knee. And that's when I was like, damn, bro, I got to lock in with something, bro. I can't keep out here just doing this. I need to find something I can do. And that's when I seen like the credit algorithm. I started seeing Him 500. I started seeing Runway Billionaire. And I'm like, shit, I need to tap into what these bros is doing.
And you was in Baltimore saying this?
No, I was in Vegas.
Okay, so you had moved to Vegas.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
After MLM, I moved to Vegas.
Okay. Before we get into the credit stuff for a second, if you don't mind, because I made a drastic change in my life when it came to work as well. But it was partially because the relationship I had with my girl, it was like strenuous. And I remember my friend was like, yo, you need to get some money.
Yeah.
Right? I was chasing the dream, like, bro, you need to get some money. How was the relationship with you and your girl? Because it's like y'all started a business together, but outside of that, how was it?
It was tough at first because, we was down bad. So, I'm supposed to be her man. But at that time, she was covering all of the bills. She was taking care of us. So, you know, anytime we would talk about finances, it would kind of cause an argument at the time. But she stuck with me. That's why, you know, she don't got work no more.
That's
That's
fire.
fire.
Did that influence you to like want to start getting a bigger? I would assume so.
Hell yeah. You know, getting after those arguments, you'd be like, man, yo, I need to turn up. I need to turn up. I can't have nobody talking to me like this. So it would motivate me to get in the lab and like, what am I going to do, bro? What am I going to lock in with? And you know how it is when you're having those tough conversations with yourself, like, man, you know, I'm tired of being in the same place. I'm ready to do something. And you start praying, and then something finally pop up, and then it's up to you.
So how was you able to get into the credits?
So I was able to get into credit because I saw the algorithm. So that's when I'm like, damn, bro, I'm trying to get my credit fixed, but I don't know nothing about it. So I paid somebody $800 to fix mine and $800 to fix my girls.
Okay.
They ain't do shit. They pretty much scammed us, and it was crazy because it was her cousin.
Oh,
So he pretty much scammed both of us, but it wasn't really about the bread. It was about the time that he wasted. So after that, I'm like, fuck, if I could let somebody waste my time and my money, I might as well learn this shit on my own. So that's when I started buying ebooks and courses and trying to digest the information on how to get my credit situated.
and that was specifically just to get your credit better.
Yeah, that was it. That's all I was focusing on.
Why?
Because I wanted to level up, because it was like trading, I needed money. I wanted to do drop shipping, I needed money. So it was like, damn,
So why
I keep
get
running
your credit
into the
fixed
same
and not,
problem.
I don't know, get a job?
I was hard-headed, bro.
So you thought I get my credit fixed, I can get a loan? I'm assuming. I'm trying to figure out the thought
Yeah,
process.
so if I get my credit right, I'm going to be able to start Amazon stores. I'm going to be able to start drop shipping and stuff like that. So first, I wasn't trying to fix my credit to fix other people's. I was just trying to fix my credit to be able to get a better apartment, get a better car, and, you know, progress forward in life, and also run some of the plays I was seeing them run on social media. So I'm like, fuck, man, you know, if it's credit that can get me there, I need to figure out how to use this shit.
Okay. So now you like, man, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to learn the information to actually do it, just be able to do it yourself?
I was already learning while the dude was fixing my credit. So that's what kind of stemmed, because I would be calling him like, bro, what's going on? Y'all taking forever. Like, all you got to do is throw this in there, throw that in there. He's like, bro, if you know so much about credit, why you ain't fix your own credit? I'm like, cuz I ain't had the time. So that's when I'm just like, you know what? Let me lock in. And I bought the course. Who did I buy it from? I think I bought it from him, 500. I bought a course from him.
Nice.
And
How much was it at the time? This matters.
500.
500.
And that was just credit. I didn't get the recession proof. I just got the credit pack. Cause
Okay.
you know how it is. You got the limited beliefs. You're like, man, I don't
Yeah.
know if I can muster that 3,000. But I'm like, fuck, let me just do the 500 for now. See if this works. And then if it works, I'm gonna go from there.
Okay. So you do that, and how much gain did you receive? Like, how was it worth it?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It literally gave me step-by-step instructions on how to read a credit report, how to dispute inaccuracies. And literally, it took me 4.5 months after I locked in and cleaned my credit.
And I ask these questions because, like, coming from Baltimore, right, we're so skeptical on everything.
Nah, fact.
Right. And nigga, like, before I moved down here, anybody that was an entrepreneur or selling an ebook or whatever was a scammer. I didn't even give them a chance. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all niggas are scamming, right? I ain't know. But when I moved down here, everybody's talking about investing in themselves, right? They say self-education is the best education, things like that. And it's like, the self-investment is the best investment. And I'm like, yo, nah, this is really the way. This is really the actual play, like for real, not a play as in BS. And the fact I'm talking to somebody else from Baltimore that's in Vegas and like, yo, I'm gonna just pay for somebody's class, and it actually worked. What did that open your mind to? Seeing that you invested in this and it actually worked.
It made me want to invest more, to be honest with you. So then, once I got my credit right, then I'm like, all right, I need to go get credit cards. So that's when I got, I think, like a $3,500 card from Navy Fed. And then that's when I started using that. I started buying courses. I started buying information. And then literally it's been up since then.
So from this $500 first investment, right? I'm trying to figure out, where were you at mentally to paint a picture for everybody else to say, I got $3,500.
I just got hit on the bike making a $5 delivery. So I was doing DoorDash and I put my life at risk for $5. So it's like, fuck, bro. And I was already making money before. So it was kind of like life beat me up a little bit and I started to settle and I started to get complacent. But once that happened to me, I'm like, bro, you're tripping right now. Like, you got to get back in that mode.
Nah, because that's genius, bro. Like, because most people, you get a credit card, I get $3,500.
They're going to fuck it up. Yeah, they're going to get it up. Yeah.
You like, all right, bet. Even if I do fuck it up, I'm about to fuck it up on some knowledge, on some information. So I can make more money from, like, I'm like, was that because you was already doing network marketing? You already had that mentality?
Yeah, my first mentor, he's a white guy, right? So he the reason we all had fucked up credit, because he would tell us to use our credit. He'd be like, hey, use your credit on business, use your credit on business. But he didn't really tell us about, like, make sure you pay it back. So we was already in the mindset of like, swiping our cars to get on flights, swiping our cars to get materials, swiping our cars to get somebody in the business. Like, you trying to get in here? You know people? All right, I'm about to pay for you to get in. And then we're just run through all his family and friends, get them in the business. He probably quit, but that's how we was using our credit to build our businesses.
But then he explained the usage, but then he explained the discipline.
Nah. So we all ended up messing our credit up. It was about 50 of us. You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
was that because of a lack of the discipline that he didn't teach about
We
like
wasn't
paying
using
attention?
our credit on nothing leisurely. We was only using it on, like, you know how network marketing to get you in this call. So these motherfuckers had us going across the country to go to these events and fucking buying materials. And, like, I remember I had got the car, right, and they just pump you up to just do dumb shit, right? So I remember driving from Baltimore to New Jersey, right, to do a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nobody there. So they got me driving 3-4 hours to do meetings and shit. And it wouldn't even be people there. So I'm spending money on gas. I'm like building my business. So I already had the mindset that, you know, I ain't trying to use my credit on case of emergency. I'm trying to use it on opportunities. But I just didn't realize that you got to pay this shit back. And at least keep the relationship going. So when you get fucked up, a lot of people be like, fuck them, I pay them when I feel like it. That's the dumbest thing we could do. Just keep the relationship good. Pay the little $30 a month until you back in a better position, because when you fuck up that relationship, you burn those bridges, you can't go back and ask them for more money. So it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
So I did hear about, like, yo, like, I've heard experts say, like, during the pandemic, like, yo, you doing bad, you can't pay it. Like, don't stress yourself out trying to pay these banks back. Like,
They tripping.
for real?
Think about it. Like,
Pay the
we
minimum
from Baltimore, right? And, like, how many people would give you $50,000 right now to start a business?
How many people, nigga? Not even my mother.
One.
You could have stacked up 50,000. You still kind of hesitant. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use it on this.
Yeah.
But the banks are giving us money. So it's kind of like, we willing to not pay the bank back, but that's the only person investing in us. You know what I'm saying? So I try to tell people, like, treat the banks better than your family.
I ain't gonna lie, I done fucked up.
Now, we all have
on the bank.
So you tell me is I'm done for because I fucked up relationship with the banks?
certain banks. Like, you know, back in the day, you know, when you so broke, you do shit you got no business doing. You don't even ask somebody for their opinion on it. You be just like, I hope this shit works. So that happened to me a couple times, being on Craigslist, getting scammed. Like, oh yeah, let me send you a check. And I'm falling for it because I'm so broke. And I put a couple of those checks in, like, Wells Fargo before, so I can never go back to Wells Fargo and get anything. Anytime I open an account, they shut me down.
Damn.
Wow.
Shit. So hopefully
like
maybe
blacklist or nothing.
forgive me, man, because goddamn.
Just go to somebody else.
Just go to somebody else. Is that easy?
Yeah. Unless it's kind of like a partnership bank where they might put you on something like early warners or check systems. But if they didn't do that, you can go to other banks.
Now, when you talk about, like, because credit is just a conversation I feel like I'm green about. Like, I have a decent credit, but one thing that people always talk about is OPM, right?
Yeah.
And leveraging OPM, other people's money. At what point do you know what financial level as far as credit cards? You said the first credit card you got was like $3,500. What do you start at? What should somebody that is trying to get into it, like, how do you determine your limits?
Whatever they give you.
Like,
Exactly.
that's what
I limit.
because they're like, just in general, so like,
If I
average
could
person,
get 50,000,
should I take
should I take
50,000? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they give me
Discipline, but most of us not. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I don't know, because if they giving you 50,000 for your first one, that means your parents probably helped you out a lot with kind of like teaching you about credit, adding you on their credit cards. So you might be a little smarter than
I don't know,
So
man.
let's
They
say-
general.
So let's say I think my first pretty decent amount of credit was like 7,500. I remember that was my first. I'm like, okay, I had built my credit up. I think Discover gave me like
Discover gave me 85. Yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah,
fucked it all up.
man. Not even quick. It wasn't quick. It's just like when things hit rock bottom, I ain't had no choice. I had a choice, but I ain't had no bread. I'm not gonna use these credit cards, pay some of these bills and do that. I just couldn't pay it back. It was hard times, right? But so do you say take that 75 or should you stay away from that?
take it. I tell people this when it comes to credit. If you got $500 in your name and you got a $20,000 credit card, you got a $500 credit card. So just because you got access to more credit, don't mean you should use it. You should only use what you can afford to pay back.
That's hard. That's hard. What's the benefits in that though?
Points. So points are cash back. You don't get no benefits usually using your debit card, but
Yep.
like as an entrepreneur, you guys got a lot of equipment. So imagine if y'all swiped your Amex for every single piece here, y'all
Just
probably
pay
could have went to Jamaica for free off of shit y'all was already gonna buy.
And then just pay that instead of paying. That's what I was saying I was going to do, right? Because I was just talking about this. I'm like, bro, because I know a little bit of our credit. been getting my credit back up. I got a question for you too, but been getting my credit back up. And it's like, this time I'm different. I'm going to get my little credit card. I know I got to start from the bottom now because I'm starting over. But what I'm going to do is, instead of using the credit card, right? I'm going to use it, but instead of like using my debit card, because I use a lot of debit card. I spent over this last past, I spent a lot of money. What I'll do is, instead of paying $3,000 on my debit, pay $3,000 on the credit card, put the $3,000 on my debit on my credit. So now, instead of having nothing, I might get $30 back, even because if it's 1%. Like, think about it. If you start from scratch, you're going to get a 1%. I know y'all want them 2 to 5% back, but you start from scratch, you ain't got shit, you ain't gonna get shit. So but 1% is better than nothing. Think about it, I just spent $3,000, I ain't getting nothing back. Right? So I spent $3,000, I'd rather get $30 back. You get what I'm trying to say? I put that money back on there. Anytime I $30 can add up. I spent $1,000 here, shit, that's $10. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Facts, bro.
That's how I look at it.
It's a glitch. I tell people, if you already gonna spend money, you might as well find a place or like a specific credit card that's going to reward you for spending money with them. So I got Chase, I got Amex. So I'm always using my Chase card and I'm always using my Amex so I can travel for free, you know, finesse them.
What you think people go wrong the most?
Really, like, just not understanding the power of credit, kind of like being fearful. Or like they told us, use your credit in case of emergency. So when emergencies happening, light bill, refrigerator go out, roof cave in, people start swiping their credit, but those things don't generate cash flow. So when the bill come in 30 days, you asked out.
And I ain't never heard nobody say that like that, because guess what? You're using it in case for emergency, right? Once the emergency come, it's an emergency. So you can't pay your money, you can't pay it back. It's an emergency for a reason. So you're using it last resort. And yeah, granted, last resort, because I ain't about to have you out this motherfucker cold. Last resort, right? But I'm saying, you use it for last resort. Now it's like you digging a bigger hole for yourself, a deeper hole for yourself. Yo, let me ask you this. We always see like FICO 8, FICO this, FICO that.
That's a great question.
Yo, what is the one we should look at? Because
you got experience, you got.
Not even that, like the number though, because I got a little screenshot here, right? And I don't believe it. So I check my credit through my my credit card, my bank. Because you know they show you
like Credit Wise or something?
Nah, it's just like through Navy Federal has because I got a credit card, I could check it, right? And my shit says
a number.
My credit score is 759. It says it's great.
Yeah.
But when I go on Experian, it don't say that.
That's cap.
What number am I fucking looking at? Like, and I don't even think this has a number. This just says from Mission Credit Confidence. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, think about it. It's like you want to look at your credit like your like a car, right?
Right.
So if you got a car, you want to look at the engine. And so a lot of the times people just looking at the outside, which is their score, but you want to make sure that you got like a Hemi in there, V12, something that's going to get some kick. And that's what you want to build your profile out. So me personally, I don't even look at my credit score. I just keep the profile. If I build it up the right way, if I get 10 accounts, I get about 3 to 4 year credit age. I get a less than 3 inquiries on each bureau. I got less than 10% utilization. I can go to any bank and get funding on the personal side.
Credit card utilizations?
Yeah.
10%. I've heard 30%. You're saying less than 10%.
No, 30%.
Think about it. You want to finesse the bank. So you want them to give you more money than you deserve. So if you do 30%, that's kind of like typical. But if you do 10, 5%, then he's going to hit you on the head, get way more than you probably anticipated.
And then that 10% can add up to be that 30% of what it was, if that makes sense, right? And then what is the, because I've heard this a lot. Like, I've talked to a lot of people who do credit. What is the percentages and what's the most important? I know they do 30% of one, 10% of, like, what's the
payment
most
history?
important?
Payment history is number one. I think that's 35% of your score. So how often are you going to pay somebody back? So, like, I'm pretty sure y'all all got family and friends who didn't pay y'all back. And I always tell people, before you loan your homeboy some money, go look at his Credit Karma. If he got 80% payment history, wow, he's showing you that he's not going to pay you back. Or if he got a collection, he's showing you that he probably not going to pay you back at all. So the payment history is important. So you want to have like 100%.
So how do we get out of the bond for the people like me who fuck up and my payment history ain't shit, but I pay my homies back? I might take a little time, but I pay them back. How do we get out of that bond and kind of restart our payment history? Can we?
Yeah, you would have to pretty much dispute it. Because late payments are illegal. They're not supposed to be on your credit report. So you can use Consumer Law 15 USC 1666B. And it's called time of the payments. You just go to ChatGPT, say Capital One is reporting unverifiable late payments on my credit report, which is in violation of that law. Draft me up a dispute letter so I can remove these late payments, and it'll cook you something up.
And just like that, that's free game, motherfuckers. Why you come on here giving away that free game when I could pay you to do that?
They ain't gonna use it.
Facts. Yeah, nigga tell nigga.
That's crazy
Tell
though.
nigga a million times.
Nigga tell him how to get out of a bond, and the nigga just. But as soon as you pay somebody to do it,
Yeah,
that's a fact.
you pay 5 bands, 10 bands, you execute it.
Yo, why so much? What the hell? Shit. Why you?
No, not for that. Not for credit repair. For credit repair, I only charge $1,200 because I don't just fix people credit. I give them access to my private mentorship community so we can teach them how to build it back, teach them how to make money while their credit is being fixed. So I don't just do credit repair. I don't feel like that's useful for people. So I would like to educate them along the process.
One thing that so many people that have a misinformation on. When I pay something off, why don't my credit go up?
oh, I'm going through that right now.
Because you
I just paid off my car, and my credit went down. I was just in dismay. I was confused. I was like,
you have good credit based on your credit, like the credit that you have. So when you pay something off, you don't have that credit anymore. Can you break it down?
yeah.
So it's a closed account now, but it's still there. So like if you try to go get a new car, they're gonna see that you paid it off and they're gonna give you a better car.
Okay.
But since it's not an open account no more, it's kind of like it's not reporting the same.
That's interesting because I think we were talking about that, yeah. Because I was like, bro, my credit went down, and because I was excited. I was like, I'm about to get this done off my credit. I go and I get the report. You get the email. It was like, your credit went down. I said, what? It just didn't make sense to me. But when he was breaking it down and what you just said, I was like, okay, cool. So I got to buy a new car. Essentially, is what you just told me.
You don't have to. They gonna give you way more respect. Like, what kind of car did you pay off?
The Honda other.
So then you could go turn up and get a Mercedes, or you could turn up and get a Porsche or whatever you want because you got that auto loan that you paid off, and they probably gonna give you a great rate. Or you could go straight to the business side. Go to like Bank of America and you can get an auto loan on your business versus your personal because you already paid it off.
So my business side is Navy. Like
Navy do the same thing. Navy do business auto loans.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I've never tried to get an auto loan. I think my auto loan was directly with the finance with Honda.
Yeah, so you can niggas is really you can go straight to your bank, right? You get you have them on your credit, right? And they'll give you a check and you pay the auto company, and what you do is instead of paying your payments to the auto company, you'll pay your payments to the bank, and a lot of times you'll get a better
everything
number, it's
interest rate or somewhere else.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. The dealerships be robbing people. They'll give you 20-30 increase, and then they'll have you like with a 20% interest rate. But then you go to a credit union, they're probably gonna give you like 4 to 9%.
I got lucky. I would say I did get lucky on my first car. I got 8. That's about 8%. From them directly, but my mom did have to co-sign.
Oh yeah.
So that was with a co-signer. So I can only imagine without. I think they were saying 16.
Your mom probably got good credit then.
Decent.
Yeah.
Homeowner and things of that nature. She never had a credit card though.
So let's get transparent in this motherfucker. I do this for the people. I really want my people to learn some things. So again, I'm building back up, right? So I think I told you my number, which I don't believe, but when I go to Experian, right? My number is a.
So the people are going to see what you really paying for. They
Yeah,
like they really about to see. Like he sat up, he got excited.
So my shit is it's like a 610 right now.
Whoa! It went from a 750 to a 610.
It don't.
Is that updated?
So on Experian, it says as of today. I didn't So that's probably the lowest one. I didn't update my other one, so that's not right. Like,
is that your Experian score or your TransUnion score?
Experian, and I know Experian.
Okay.
So I ain't update my other ones, right? But this one is updated. Like this was just 759. I don't know why.
And is that TransUnion or is that?
I don't know what it is. That's what I'm saying. It's just some shit from the bank.
This is TransUnion.
It is?
Yeah. So what's that called? Navy Fed. They show you your TransUnion score.
Okay, so.
And Experian is showing you Experian score unless you got the 3 bureau report and you can see all 3.
So what's the difference? Can you break that down? Like your TransUnion, I know there's Equifax, I know there's different like FICO score. Like what you said your profile, but like can you kind of break down the different?
So there's like different credit bureaus. You got TransUnion, you got Experian, you got Equifax, and they all kind of do different things, but they're credit reporting agencies. So what they do is they report information to your credit report. And a lot of the reason people got bad information on their credit report is because there's money involved. So you get a collection that collection company is paying Equifax, they're paying TransUnion, they're paying Experian to keep that information on your credit report so that you'll pay them. You know what I'm saying? So they got you by the balls, no diddy, just to make sure that you pay them back. So it's kind of like each credit bureau is supposed to be kind of doing their own job. But what happens is now that banks kind of understand that each person's credit bureau is going to be different. So now banks pull from different ones. So like Navy pull from TransUnion, Chase pull from Experian, US Bank pull from TransUnion. Who else? Truist pull from Equifax. So every bank might pull from different bureaus. And then there's banks like Capital One that's going to pull all three.
So something that I've seen, like specifically on social media that you've been kind of promoting, is like how to win under different administrations. Does that determine like loans and things of that nature, depending on, because I remember specifically, you're like how to be rich under this Trump administration in 2025. Like, does that matter? Does like the administration have kind of like a impact on the loans that are given out? Like, why is it that specific language when promoting?
I'll be honest, I'm a marketer. So I'll be saying a lot of catchy stuff just to get people to care about credit. I ain't gonna cap. So it don't really matter who's the president. You can still get funded. It's really about the banking system. If the banks are tightening up lending and stuff like that.
So for the sake of the interview, right, I ain't gonna go. I was trying to pay for this shit so I can see the real actual one. But okay, let's say I know when you applying for credit cards, right? Because I want to get to the meat and potatoes. I want my people to win. We trying to apply for credit cards, especially go through Experian, because they show you credit cards that you're pre-approved for, and that's important because it is a higher chance of you getting accepted and not being a negative inquiry, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So on my Experian, I know this, right? My Experian, I got some credit cards that I'm pre-approved for, but they are really, really high interest rate, 28%, right? But I'm trying to build my credit back up. Is it worth getting?
No.
What is
go to credit
worthwhile?
unions.
What's a worthwhile? Because mine are like up there too, but I'm trying to understand what's a worthwhile.
All credit cards are pretty trash.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna give you like 20%, anywhere from 18 to 22%, sometimes even 29% on the.
Yeah, that's my should say 28.
Yeah.
But so that's standard then.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Oh, I thought that was high because of my credit.
No. Credit cards they're a trap. So that's why you don't want to carry a balance all of the time. You know what I say? If you got $500, you got $20,000 credit card, you got $500 credit card. Because you max out the 20,000, you might never pay it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that interest is gonna kill people.
So you're saying go to a
credit union.
So even if I'm not, because this again on here says pre-approved, right?
I
So
wouldn't
that's safe as
believe none of that stuff because there's money involved. All of those people are sponsors for Experian. So they don't even really know if you are pre-approved. They're just putting it there because you got a certain score, but they didn't look at your profile. It's just like with Credit Karma. Credit Karma do the same thing. You log into Credit Karma, they say you could probably lease a jet, you know what I'm saying? But that's because the jet company is paying them to lie to you just so you'll pull your credit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would tell you like I told you, Google pre-approval credit unions like Dover, NASA, and they'll let you see if you're approved before even pulling your credit. So you don't got to do what they're doing. You could go straight to credit
Do that
unions.
yourself.
Exactly.
No, okay. So I hear some people also talk about like secure credit cards. Do those really work in
Hell
other
yeah.
credit?
In my opinion, but my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Only if you go and really spend some money on them. Like people getting a $200 secure credit card, that's not gonna help you get a $5,000 unsecured card. So if you're getting a secure card, you want to get like a $2,000 secure card, $1,500. So that way, when it's time to get real credit cards, they're gonna say, "Oh damn, this person used $2,000 of their real money. They got money. Let's get them a $5K card."
Or like I ain't gonna lie, I think I got up to 2,000 again. It took me like maybe a year, but I had a $600 secure credit card, right?
Yep.
I did really well for I think for like 6 months. Then they gave me from 600 to like I don't know if it was 1,200. Then I did it really well for the next 6 months, and they give 1,200 to 2,000.
Yep.
So if you continue to do that, you can, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you put that two bands up, like how my 600 double, that 2,000 probably triple. Because
Exactly.
we're talking about a higher number of money. So like it's funny because like I've been through this. I feel so bad right now because like I'm so knowledgeable about it, but I fucked my shit all up, bro. Like
Life be having.
have you ever like messed yours up after you kind of got on the right track?
What happened recently is I got business credit cards now, right? So you got to use your personal credit to get business credit. And Chase just had a glitch where they reported my balance on one of my business credit cards to my personal credit. So my shit dropped like 70 points. But it's not negative. It's just that my utilization went up. But once they fix it, it's going to go right back.
Okay, so you ain't fuck up. You ain't really.
Nah,
Once you got good, you good.
Bro, why would I fuck this shit up? It was like, I seen how hard my life was having fucked up credit. I'm like, God, if you show me the way, I'm gonna just pay them people their money. Even if I can only pay the minimum, I'm gonna pay that shit.
Wow, so
They made me want to go pay my credit card right now. Just make sure, like, I mean,
my shit charged off. I
put it
can't.
on auto pay. So you only gotta think about
We
it.
keep talking about auto pay, nigga. I can't afford auto pay.
Nah, put the minimum on auto pay. You don't gotta pay the whole balance on auto pay. You just pay the minimum to keep it in good standing. That's where people fuck up. They like, oh, they
I
got
can
enough.
barely pay. I can barely afford to pay Netflix. Nigga, you talking about?
Nah, you cap. These nice cameras. You
Yes, that's
Nigga,
why. That's why.
Nigga, this why. When that shit come in, I'm going straight. I'm investing into the plan, nigga. It's either this or this. Nigga,
This is the investment.
this shit gonna work or it's gonna work, nigga.
has
Like
to work or it has to work.
facts, nigga. Like I'm gonna be rich in cash because I done invested in myself. But so what's the biggest misconception of credit do you think then?
That's great, honey.
That it's not important if you're making a lot of money already.
Why not?
Just because like my homeboys, they make a lot of money, but they can't go get the credit cards I get to scale their businesses faster. So they can only get like revenue-based loans, which kind of suck because you sometimes have to make weekly payments versus me. I only have to pay 1% of whatever I use. So it's easy for me to run ads. It's easy for me to get on podcasts like this. It's easy for me to leverage my debt because I don't have to pay it all back like it's a charge card. But when most entrepreneurs start making money, and you know about entrepreneurship, most of your profits get reinvested right back into the business and operating. So it's not like
You can make a profit. Yeah.
30, 40, 50,000 a month,
But you're not
but it
profiting
don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if all your expenses were being ran through a credit card, you getting points, you getting cash back just from doing what you're doing. Now it's going to kind of take that pressure off of, oh shit, I'm the last person getting paid all of the time. Where's the money? You know where the money
You
is.
paying yourself. Because think about it. If you, because some niggas, I talk about Darius, I think, I don't know if it's public, but he told me a number that he run just for ads, right? It's a like higher 7-figure pay probably that he doing just ads per month, right? And now I'm thinking about like if you doing that in credit cards, but you paying it back in your cash, now you get paid for the points.
Yeah.
So now even think about like if it's 2-3%, 5% off of let's say $20,000, right? You're still being able to pocket that. And that's free money.
Yeah.
Damn, we talking about free bands for real.
Yeah, bro. So like people don't realize that like we all got like you just showed me like your banking app, right? So that's kind of like let's say you got a Navy Federal credit card and you swiping that up. But what people don't realize is every credit card like a Chase and Amex, they got like flight partners where you ain't got to redeem your points inside the app. You can redeem them with a specific flight partner and you could get way more for your points. So like once you really start knowing how to like point stack and like travel hack, you may never spend any money on trips again just because you know how to use the right credit cards at the right time.
Now, I know that there's also credit cards that are like specific for travel. Like you have like the Southwest cards, you have like the Delta cards and things of that nature.
I had Southwest, I fucked it up.
I was going to actually like, are those worth subscribing to? Like those specific
if you
flight-
travel a lot, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What? They give you points for hotels, rental car.
Bro,
I ain't gonna lie, and then you get like perks on a plane. Right? Yeah. Like what?
Yeah, like you got the Amex Platinum, you get access to the lounges.
That, I'm not going to lie to you. I got on one of the lounges one time because I think one of my bosses, shout out to them, and that changed my life. I ain't going to lie to you.
Tell me, give me game, right? So fuck. Oh yeah, so when I was doing good, right? I applied for Amex. I got approved for the platinum card.
Okay.
I decided to go to the blue card.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to have that
blue cash?
Yeah. I didn't want to have that no limit over my head and just like going crazy. So I decided to do the smart thing. However, I felt stupid because it's like if I would have got a platinum, I would have got perks to everything else. Is that a smart decision? If you can get the highest, should you do that?
I would say what you did isn't dumb or smart. I got that card too. So I got that card because it's a 0% interest card. So you can carry a balance. So if you put your equipment on there, you don't got to pay it back in full. But if you put that on the Amex, you got to pay that back in 30 days or they're going to start charging interest. So it depends how you want to use your credit. So with my Amex, I just use mine for my software, eating out, like everyday expenses that I don't want to like accumulate. But then for my other credit cards, I put like real estate on them. I put like inventory on them. You know what I'm saying? I might put things that I know I'm gonna make money back over time versus immediate expenses.
When you say real estate, you talking about like a whole house? Like you putting a whole house
Yeah, bro. I got
on a credit card.
Me and one of my business partners, we got a duplex out in South Carolina. I put 10 bands up. She put 10 bands up, and we both use business credit cards.
And they be my man. I don't say no names. One of my close friends, he was able to like stack his credit, right? Nigga, they will give you they will liquidate credit. They give you like 60 bands to be able to spend. So like, nigga, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like
I'm learning. I mean, I'm sitting here like I'm green to this, so I'm learning in real time.
So Darius introduced you to me, right? Now, was you one of his students?
Yep.
So now you did the him 500 play, boom, that worked. And you continue to do plays. What makes you continue to invest into this coaching or being taught in this mentorship? Like you being the student, what motivates you to do that, and how do you choose who to go to?
I'll say proximity, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you hang around 5 rich people, you're going to be the 6th one. And if you hang around 6 broke people, you're going to be the 7th broke person. So that's kind of why I always keep trying to elevate myself with, let me buy from this person. Let me buy from that person. Because if they already making 8 figures, if they want me to spend 10 bands, it's like, I'm scamming them, because it's like, you going to give me the 8 figures faster without all of the headaches, without all of the spending money on the wrong things. I would probably give you $1 million if you ask me.
How do we get people to believe in this? Or do you think it's just who believe?
I don't know, bro. They got to have that dog in them. But it's really like you got to get around like-minded people. So, like, even when I was in network marketing, I say it brainwashed us for success, because all we would do was personal development. Like, one year we stopped listening to Future. We stopped listening to Gucci. We stopped listening to all the rappers, and we would just listen to, like, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, and we just be in our cars listening to things that's going to empower our brain. So I always tell people, like, I got a bulletproof brain. Like, somebody shoot me, it might bounce off just because of all of the work I put into just feeling like I could do things. So that's the first step I tell people. Read some books, listen to some audios, and then go to like a country club and start hanging around people that make money and asking them for advice.
That's hard, bro.
No, that is fire, because like I remember when I was reading The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and one of the biggest things that was like really profound about that book was talking about like you can't really justify people's behaviors when spending, you know, and when you start to understand that science, I mean, obviously there's still people that are reading the book and things of that nature and putting it in practice, whether putting it in practice, but like when you have that idea of like somebody's going to justify their spending one way or another, and if you get to a chance to understand that, then you can really understand consumership and why people buy products or X, Y, and Z. But it also helps with that discipline aspect. So when you were talking about that bulletproof mindset, a lot of times I feel like why people mess up their money, I can speak to myself, is like trying to keep up with the Joneses. So instead of like being in a place where you're willing to have the capital to really support the lifestyle that you're trying to live, you go out and get this credit so that you can show the credit card, so that you can show people that I am somewhere that I'm actually not. And then you dig yourself in a hole even further. So I just wanted you to kind of talk to that, like, to the people that are listening, and you've helped with a bunch of people's credits. How have you coached people to not to have that discipline? Because it's one thing to kind of, like you said, the mindset, but like coaching that discipline is like, no, how do you as an instructor get them to that place of understanding the importance of personal finance?
Because most people don't realize, like, they don't got a credit problem, they got an income problem. So if you make more money, you should be able to pay your bills. But most people get in those situations where, you know, just like I did, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to manifest. I want to do all of this bullshit versus like, let me get off my ass. Let me start getting a little bit of money on DoorDash, Instacart, at least being able to feed myself. And then I'll be able to reinvest back into myself. So I always tell people, like, hang around people that make this sound normal. Like, that's the only way that you're going to think is normal. But if you're hanging around, like, this is a bar I heard the other day. It was like most people talk to people they're close to about their goals versus people who are close to their goals.
Come on, talk heavy.
That was fire. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Crazy.
Right.
That was fire.
Just like that, bro.
Yo, what are some this is the personal question. What are some because you're doing a lot of business, payment apps that you use that's good? Like, I'm using Stripe, right? Like, do you suggest Stripe? What are some ones that are good that you like?
I started using this new one called Fan Bases. Yeah, I like that because it offers financing. and it's high risk. So no, with Stripe, they don't like nothing. They don't like you if you a content creator. They don't like if you do credit. So
What
they
that
be
mean when you
looking
say
for
they
a
don't
reason.
Like they don't like you, and they're looking for a reason.
That they looking for a reason to freeze your account because Stripe don't do no underwriting. So like when you set up your Stripe account, they not asking you what type of business you got. They just, if you got an EIN number and the LLC approved. But that's a bad thing because they don't know what you do. And since they don't know what you do, they're not gonna support you when you get charged back.
Protect you.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Any disputes or something like
So you want to find a payment processor
Oh,
that
get off
does
Stripe.
a little bit. Yeah, you
I get
should.
charged
Not
back?
get off of them, but you want to kind of have a variety of different ones.
Oh, and you say you use fan bases.
Yeah, I use Stripe too. I use Stripe. I use fan bases. I use this other thing called Maverick.
So I've heard about chargebacks, right? But I can't dispute that. Like if I did a service, I should be able to dispute. Oh no.
So with you, so like I do credit. Stripe don't want nobody doing credit. So if I get a dispute for credit, I'm in a great area because it's like I could submit all of the documents, but then they might be like, hold on, you're not supposed to be doing this kind of service on our platform. So then they can be like, you're not getting your money back and we shutting you down. So when I get charged back, sometimes I'll just be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you get chargebacks like
I probably got 3 in the last 12 months.
And what's that like? Somebody saying that they didn't pay for this or something like that?
Yeah.
I've heard that, and I'm like, yo, I would be hurt if I got like what? Like,
but people sign agreements. So if people sign an agreement, it's not to be petty, but you can send them to collections. So
okay. Yeah.
I tell people like, if you're gonna be petty and call your bank, I might have to send your ass to collections. So a lot of people don't want that.
And that's something that you learned over time, or is that something about the process? Like when you say the documents, it's like you have to sign this paperwork to agree to.
Anytime I take money from somebody, they have to sign an agreement. We sign it as a company, and you have to sign it as a client because we want you to ensure that we want you to know that we're not just taking your bread and just hitting you with a bait and switch. So we want you to feel like, okay, these are the terms of what I'm paying for. You understand it, and then we also want to feel protected on our end because we don't want to help you out, and then you pull a rinky dink like, oh no, whatever the case may be. So
hopefully this helps somebody else because I'm interested now.
Yeah.
Fuck that. So
yeah, because you didn't send me nothing.
Yeah, but I can't use text messages.
You could, but you could and you can't. I would say you should make an agreement that goes over everything somebody gets being a guest, and like kind of everything you guys were texting me, but more so in writing, and then make somebody agree to it.
Wow, damn! So you can actually like send your bank and say you ain't.
I already did. Oh, fuck, bro. But nah, that's free game for all of y'all. So if you're doing business, you do services, make sure you have agreements in your business. That's why a lot of people feel like they got scammed because they got a lot of handshake deals versus if somebody got an agreement and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, forget charging it back. You can take me to court.
Oh,
wow.
Damn, that shit got me.
Oh my God. Start. No, I ain't gonna lie. This was a really good conversation.
Pissed like nigga, go to hell, nigga. I just go to keep go. I just stick it at Zelle, nigga. Stick to Zelle.
Nah, Zelle's the best, but a lot of chargebacks come from low quality customers though. So it's like I don't get chargebacks from people who spend a lot of money. I get them from people who spend like $50 on an ebook or some shit like that. So it's nothing really like if it's like a couple G's. People who invest at that level think a lot differently than people who spend $27 and like.
That's true.
You know, the people who spend a little bit of money want the most from you. The people who spend a lot of money, sometimes they don't even reply back to you fast. They be like, man, where this person at?
Nigga, what, bro? I got people that sent me deposits. I'm like, bro, come to your fucking episode. Like, it's like, you just want to give me? Oh, thank you, but god damn. I'm like, shit, no, bro, you bro. Niggas don't text back, like, okay, thank you. But like,
just like, nigga.
Literally, I got one person that text like 5 times, like, it's open, like, it's face, like, it's here for you. Like,
that's how I be, bro. People pay me money, and I be like, "Are you gonna do any of this shit I told you?"
Yeah,
like, bro. I just like being around you. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm like,
so what's the ask, bro? Like, what are you here for? I know you do credit. You want people to hit you for credit, but are you got any mentorship opportunities coming about? Do you have any classes? Any like what you got coming?
So I do classes on Thursdays where I teach people how to get access to capital, but I also teach them how to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month, helping other people do the same thing. So we do that on Thursday night. If you go to blueprint2capital.com, come through for free. You're going to learn how to make 6 figures.
Just why for free? Like, why do y'all do that? Why are you giving a free?
Because it's the trust factor. It's like, if you come learn from me for free, you're going to trust me a lot more than if I just charged you maybe. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't even want to get the information. You're like, oh, here he go, try and sell me some bullshit. But if I let you in the room, you're going to get like, damn, this person really showing testimonials. He really giving me a lot of free game. And I want more of this. So a lot of people might want to tap into your mentorship or just keep following you so that they can, keep tapped into the information.
On average, how many people you have in your classes right now?
Last week, we had about 300 people registered.
Ooh.
About 80 people showed up.
Damn, this is just you by yourself teaching.
Yeah, just my class.
Damn.
Oh. But that also speaks to how many people are in a hole because of their credit. So like that.
But we're not just talking to people with fucked up credit. We're talking to people who want to make money off of credit. So it's like, I don't just, it's not just credit. Like I help people make money online. You know what I'm saying? I help people build digital brands as well. Credit is just the thing that's the foundation, because if you don't got no credit, then it's going to be very hard to scale, because now it's like, oh, fuck, we got to go make a lot of money to reinvest it back into the business. But if you already got capital, we could kind of like start making moves right away.
All right, let me ask this $1 million question.
Go ahead.
What is good credit? We said all this stuff, but we haven't really said as a number.
Let me see if I got my phone. I'll show you, because if you can look at a profile and it look like this, they could go to any bank and get anything they want.
See, he's very consistent with his message.
Right.
He ain't even talking about the number. You heard what
Right.
he said? The profile look like this.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He ain't even talking about the number. See, that's smart. My profile probably look like shit.
Man, I ain't even about to pull up
70 points because of that damn shit.
That's high though. Like that number is high.
So look, you see 100% payment history, credit card usage 9%, no derogatories, credit age 6 years, total accounts over 12. I got 17, and the inquiries I got 1.
So it should be over 12 accounts. You should have over 12
Over
accounts.
10.
Over 10 accounts. Okay.
Yeah. So if that shit look like this, if y'all credit look like this, you probably
can't see it.
If y'all credit look like that, you still can't see it. You could go get anything you want from the bank.
So all right, cool.
I could probably go get a giraffe today.
This nigga is crazy.
You said a giraffe.
All right, cool. Hold up. I gotta do it for my people, right? Y'all niggas talk to high-end people, niggas getting money all the time, right? For somebody who fucked up, give me a play that they could do right now that's gonna change their life.
They need to join my class. Because, like I told you, they don't got a credit problem, they got an income problem. So just like in Baltimore, right, a lot of the dope boys, they sold a lot of bad things that they didn't ingest in their body, but they made a lot of money. So if you got bad credit, but I teach you the foundation of how to get people with good credit funding, you can still make 6 figures while your credit is being worked on.
But like you said, they're not gonna do it anyway if you give them to them for free. So give me some real game that they can do right now.
That was some real game.
But no, how? No, run the play. How can they do that right now? Right? Even if they don't listen.
How can they make 6 figures with bad credit?
Yeah.
They got to learn what I just told. If you learn how to read a credit report, you learn everything I just said, how to structure.
How do they read a credit report? Come on, let's break it. We got time.
Credit report. All right. So you read a credit report. You got to make sure you got one name on there, because some of y'all be having 6 names, 17 different addresses. Y'all got y'all first job on there where you worked at KFC. You want to delete all of that off of there. One name, one address, one place of employment. Once your personal information is cleaned up, then you want to start going to the negative accounts. Like, where do I got late payments? Where do I got collections? Where do I got charge-offs? And you want to start disputing them with consumer laws. So one of the things you can use for anything on your credit report is 15 USC 1681E. It's pretty much permissible purposes. That means that they have to have your permission to report things on your credit report. So if you just say, I didn't authorize this on my credit report, I might be giving out too much game.
No, go ahead.
But if you say you didn't authorize this on your credit report, or you go straight to ChatGPT and you say, hey, draft me up a dispute letter, Capital One or Discover is in violation of 15 USC 1681, then it's going to cook you up a dispute letter. So now you can clean your credit of all of the collections and late payment, collections and charge-offs. Then with the late payments, use the first law I told you guys earlier. And then with inquiries, all you got to say, 15 USC 1666B, timing the payments. And you don't even got to know this stuff, y'all. All you got to do is go straight to ChatGPT. ChatGPT know all of this stuff. So if you say you got a collection on your credit report, create me a dispute letter and include consumer laws to back up the letter and make it more strong, it's going to put the right laws in there.
Okay, so that's for their own credit, right? But you say, while I'm waiting on my credit to be fixed, I can
help other people get access to capital.
How?
By having banking relationships.
But so I only had no motherfucking credit my dad, so how I got a banking relationship?
You gotta leverage me. So you gotta leverage me and get my banking relationships, because I'm gonna allow you to make money with me. It's either you could pay me for my relationships, or we can be partners and you can leverage my relationships. And if you bring people to me that's qualified and we get them $100,000 in funding, it's going to be the fastest $5,000 you ever made in your life.
That makes sense. So if I find somebody that got like a 720 credit score and they looking for business funding.
Remember,
right?
it ain't even about the score; it's about the profile.
Profile.
So if they got even a 60,
consistent.
we can still get them some funding.
So I find somebody with a good credit profile, right? They trying to get some funding, and they're like, yo, I got somebody who can get you business funding. Let me get you holler at my guy. It's a referral system.
Yeah, exactly. So they can make money without doing no work, just referring people to me. All they got to do is refer 10 to 20 people this year, and they can make 6 figures.
Okay, why am I not going to do that? Let's talk about the people that ain't going to do that. I want to talk to them people. I want to convince my people to get to the bag, bro, because it's hard.
They don't really want this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want it. If somebody got to convince a grown man or a grown woman to get off their ass and hustle, you know what I'm saying? They don't really want it. So I'm not kind of like trying to convince a person that don't want it. I'm looking for the person that's like praying for some shit and they like, God, show me something. Then I pop up like, hey, here you go. Versus the person that ain't doing shit, smoking weed, drinking, and just kind of like watching podcasts about nothing and kind of like, you know, manifesting. That person ain't gonna do shit.
Okay, cool. I'm still helping my people, bro. I really care. I hope you see this. So somebody, they waiting for a moment, right? But nigga, how do I know who looking for funding? Like, how do I leverage this relationship to bring people to you?
Some of y'all don't realize you got all of these contacts in your phone. If you text everybody in your phone right now, bro, I just got access to some banking relationship managers who are helping people get access to $50,000 with no proof of revenue. Are you free to hop on the call so I could break it down? People gonna be like, hey, what you talking about, bro? Yeah, call me right now. Your phone gonna start ringing before you even get a chance to set up the appointment.
Now, is the deal from like once you get that credit, or is it just a referral alone?
Nah,
like,
so
what is
they
the process?
pay us with the funding. So it's risk-free for our clients because once they get the funding, they pay us.
So there has to be an honor system.
So why would I? Okay, cool. So why would I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask you. If I got good credit, right, I can get the funding my damn self. Why do I go through you? Have to pay you now? I gotta, because essentially, right? If I get a loan for $100,000, I gotta pay you $20,000 of it, right?
Just
or
10.
Let's say I gotta pay you $10,000. I'm still paying interest, or I'm still paying off $100,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying off 90 because I gave you 10. I can go get that 100 myself. Why am I having you go get it from me?
You don't got relationships, so it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how to fill out applications. You don't know what's the best banks to go to. But more importantly, you don't have somebody that works with the underwriters that's going to ensure you're getting certain limits that if you try to do it online, there's no guarantees. It's like trying to get a job at Netflix. If you try to get a job at Netflix, you can't get no job off Indeed. You got to know somebody who they could put your application in front of the right person and kind of be like, hey, make sure you check this out. And if 2-3 days go by, hey, did you check out the application I put on your desk? That person's going to get a job at Netflix faster than somebody who just keep easily applying.
You
But they could be qualified. They could be qualified. They could have went to Berkeley. They could have went to the best school, but they don't got no relationship to make it easy for them.
And you're leveraging the relationship.
Yeah, that's all it is. I got relationships. I spent years, thousands of dollars building them. So now you don't got to do that. You could just leverage mine.
How many people you think you helping? This is almost the end of third quarter. Right? First quarter. I'm sorry. How many people you think you helped this year alone get funding?
What's crazy is I help people indirectly now because I sell my banking relationships. So I've been selling my banking relationships. It's like some of my mentors. So like I've been helping people through them. So like my mentor bought some banking relationships off me. So now his students is getting their clients 50K approvals, 75K approvals off of just some of my relationships.
Wow.
So I would say a lot, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's not just about the people I'm helping, it's about the people I'm putting in position to help their people too. So like, let's say I give you a banking relationship, right? And you got all of the people who got podcasts and want to take their podcast to the next level. And I'd be like, hey, bro, you know what kind of equipment you need? I know you this, and I know how to get you the funding. Now your mentorship is going crazy now because it's not just you teaching somebody how to do something, you also getting them the resources to actually do it.
That's crazy.
So now you can add an extra 3, 4, 5 bands on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, look, he's thinking about it.
No,
I know. No, I am. I was thinking about it too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because I know some of my people have good credit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they might not have the money, but it's like, yo, I can put you in rooms to, sheesh, damn. Okay, and one more time, you just want people to come in your class for free.
Yeah, they could come for free. Because think about it. If they see value in this opportunity, if they don't want to, let's say, sign up for my mentorship, they can at least be an affiliate and start making some money just referring people to the to what I already got built.
And when is it again?
Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Is this like
Every Thursday?
where on Zoom? Like how?
Yeah, it's on Zoom.
How can we get in contact with you? Like,
So if you guys go to blueprinttocapital.com, blueprint2capital.com, you can register there and then show up on time, be ready to execute.
DMs? You answer DMs?
Yes or no?
What's your Instagram? Like, what you mean? Why not?
I got a chat bot. So it's kind of like my bot answers all my DMs for me. So
Oh.
sometimes it might be me if I see like
Like a mini chat type shit.
it's better.
You built this.
I paid a person to build it. I don't know how to do no shit like that.
See, I know a little something, bro. I've been talking to these motherfuckers for a minute now, bro.
Mm-hmm. But I always tell people I don't get paid to make websites. I don't get paid to do a lot of shit. So I pay people to do that kind of stuff.
You got a VA?
Yeah, I got a operations manager, client success manager, closer, content. And,
Your closers is in another country?
They're not in Phoenix. No. My the Filipinos, they be going crazy. I always tell.
But you got a Filipino that's a closer?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm about to say.
My Filipino is like my client success manager though.
Okay.
So, and I got an operations manager that's a Filipino.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, but your closure is somebody that's like,
Yeah, they're a black woman.
all right.
Yeah, 100%.
How did that work?
Like how she do?
Yeah, like you did you know her in person? Or somebody introduced
I'll be honest, I jumped into a couple people DMs. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know how it is, people don't be hustling. So I know how to find shit. So I be seeing people post their success. So I'm like, hold on. Because I wanted a woman. You know what I'm saying? I know a woman. If you get on the phone with a woman, you know how it is. You used to go to Dr. Denim back in the day. You go to Unica. They got the girls in there. You be buying shit you can't even afford.
Dr. Denim was the spot to go to, boy. I swear to God. They had all the girls in there.
You
And then they
Dr. Denim?
he not from Baltimore.
I'm not from Baltimore.
So like it's different, man. You feel bad when you pick up something because she gonna press you like, you want that? Like, oh, you a broke nigga now. You know, you're like, I need that. You feel me? Like, nah, that's a fact.
So yeah, I wanted to get a girl just for that same reason. They get on a call with her, they gonna want to swipe that card just to impress her.
Crazy. Now I want to know the story about Dr. Denim. Now, look.
What? Yeah, nigga, Dr. Denim was a couple spots in Mall. Down in Mall, you go.
Dr. Denim was at Madonna?
Yeah, insecurity.
Yeah, like or like you go upstairs. It's like little boutiques, right? You know what I'm saying? You go upstairs, girls look good. They probably be popular for real. And especially if you somebody got a lower name, you don't want to come in there because it be the big spinners that come in there. You feel me?
They gonna
You
rank
look
it up.
goofy as hell, right? Doing? And you trying to
Be with
like,
no boys.
Oh yeah, it's over with.
facts. Damn, bro, what's your Instagram?
At smartphone billionaire.
Ooh, sheesh.
Why that? Why that name? Smartphone
The
billionaire.
goal is to make billions off our smartphone. We don't even realize how easy it is. Like you can make a lot of money just having this device. I got the iPhone 13, so I still get money off of this.
I'm getting money off an old phone. Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny? I never did this. Give me your. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there. Fuck it. Give me your top 5. No. Give me your what is it called? The 4 people on.
Oh, your Mount Rushmore.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of coaches.
Gotta go with Phil Jackson.
No, not basketball, nigga.
Like
business coaches.
That's a good coach though.
For business too.
Life, bro. Like
I'm talking about
read 11
coaches, bro.
Must have read 11 rings or something.
Yeah.
That's why you had to have read that joint. Nigga said Phil Jackson out the gate.
I'm talking like, give me a Mount Rushmore of entrepreneur like gurus that's doing it.
The fact that he was ready to answer it though is great. Pat Riley.
nah, I was only gonna say Phil. He's the only basketball coach I would have said.
That's funny though.
But as far as entrepreneurship, you gotta go Madam C.J. Walker because he was the first documented millionaire. And
Wow.
I was thinking about now. That was
a good one. I was like, damn.
God, okay, my bad. Shit.
what else? I need 3 more.
Damn, I was talking right now.
I'd probably go with Damon John.
Fire.
Shout
Shout out to the Shark Group.
No cap. 2 more. Try to do somebody newer. There's so many people get money. It's a dude named Billy Jean Marketing. This dude, he be going crazy. Like
White dude?
black.
Black dude, okay.
And then I'll give somebody white.
Better not say Grant Cardone, nigga.
I'd probably say Jim Rohn.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you again. Your Mount Rushmore of entrepreneur coaches, who would you go?
Oh, coaches. All right,
Yeah.
so coaches, I'm gonna have to go with Alex Hormozy just because he put out so much free content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I probably had to go with like Gary V because Alex Hormozy was Gary V before him.
Damn.
And I remember the book Jab, Jab, Right Hook. That's kind of like what started me out on my social media. And 2 more. I'll probably go with him 500 since he was the first black person I seen kind of like create a movement.
Who you put him, Mr. Marcus in motherfucking Mount Rushmore? Okay.
That's fire.
Okay.
I ain't hating, though. It's just like I ain't never seen somebody young go crazy like
Yeah.
that. Like, and last but not least, fuck, I want to give a woman.
That's a lot. Well,
I'd probably go with Stormy Wellington.
What's Stormy?
Stormy, she used to do MLM.
I'm
Where's
a
she
shirt
from?
her.
Damn, I don't know, but she used to be in Maryland. I know, she was running up in Maryland.
Damn, that's fire. Okay.
I'll just show you her picture.
No, that's gonna be a good clip. I like that.
Mhm.
This is good, bro. One more time, how to support you, how to follow you, how to get with everything that you got going on, man.
Y'all can follow me at Smartphone Billionaire, and if you want to learn on Thursday night at 8 p.m. how you can start getting access to $100,000 in funding and be able to make 6 figures part-time running a funding company, all you got to do is go to blueprint2capital.com, blueprint2capital.com, and make sure you tune in and execute.
Yo, this is good, bro.
amazing.
Are we putting a name to this or not, man? We're gonna keep going.
I mean, for this conversation, it makes sense.
It makes sense. 1% better,
1% better.
man. I told y'all, man. We was going. We formerly known as. We'll name this podcast later. We're gonna go with 1% better.
1% better.
Damn, how we gonna do that?
That's our name.
Alexander the Blanc, everybody.
Mr. J Hill.
Man, it's a wrap, man. We out.
Gang, gang.